as Rhea Ripley elevated, being put into the spotlight up top, and he comes three. Oh, it's been very impressive. Here at SummerSlam, but that coveted women's Intercontinental Championship. And she hits it. It's got it. In three. Stephanie Victor. Stephanie Victor. New different level with these two. They has been dominating the scene since becoming World Tag Team Champions. Oh, and so does Kofi. Right there, 2, 3, oh my, the New Day is once again. Third shot for that championship. That guy, he is just what exactly? He survived that whole, in a pedigree, 2, 3, Seth Rollins is still on top. Are you ready? Revolutionary has begun. Wow, as he is about to defend that championship. He got the best opportunity. Oh, with Trick Wood. 3, oh my gosh. Ricky is champion. Trick Williams. And it's for the DWC Tag Team Championship. They're about to defend those Tag Team Championships. And he comes down with the legal man. Oh my God, they got it. At WC Tag Team Champions, Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Next. Bailey seemed like she having a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction going on. That was in near fall. Oh my gosh! The Tag Team Champions, Jasmine Nix. Here in DWC, but it's been over 10 long mid-air in an F5 3. Oh my God, what a devastating! Whoa, CM Punk! What a damn match that was! Wow! The stupid megastar, the Queen, has arrived. Got her up. Jay's got Charlotte up. And she hits it. 3. Jay has done it. Has arrived. Winning the Royal Rumble. Oh, rolls right. 3. Oh my gosh. Cody Rhodes! Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Monday Night Raw. We are live here tonight, here in the Scotiabank Arena, here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Thank you for joining us here, and welcome to the premiere. This is gonna be an action-packed night here tonight as we are coming off the heels of SummerSlam. SummerSlam was so successful this year. We could not believe what went down in New Jersey inside of the MetLife Stadium when we had Cody Rhodes winning the Undisputed Championship, taking it off of Roman Reigns after 3 years of holding that championship. But speaking of world championships, Seth Rollins is still the world champion, but also, speaking more of world champions, how about the women's world champion? We're about to hear from her right now. And here comes Rhea Ripley, the women's world champion, here to kick off Monday Night Raw. The crowd is electrifying here tonight. Whoa! That is a star. Ladies ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley is still on a high because she has came back off a successful title defense at SummerSlam when she defeated Carlita Cortez for the second time for that Women's World Championship. She knocked her down at WrestleMania in Philadelphia, and then she took her down this past weekend at SummerSlam in New Jersey. So what is next for the Rhea Ripley Nightmare Saga? Who is willing to step up this time? Because I feel like Rhea is ready to move along after this now. But I don't think Carlita could be done. But Rhea said her time is done with her. Rhea Ripley has now surpassed being Women's World Champion for over a year now. She took that championship from Charlotte Flair last year inside of the Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio.
Carlita Cortez wanted one more chance. She told everyone WrestleMania was a mistake. She told everyone that if she could get me in this ring one more time, things would be different. So I gave her exactly what she wanted. And guess what happened? At WrestleMania, I beat Carlita Cortez. At SummerSlam, with everything on the line, I beat Carlita Cortez again. There are no excuses anymore. No rematches, no questions about who the better woman is. Carlita, you brought everything you had at SummerSlam, I'll give you that. You pushed me, you fought me, and you damn near took this championship away from me. But damn near doesn't make you champion. This makes me champion. And now, that chapter is officially closed. But here's the thing about closing one chapter. You get to start another. I've beaten Carlita. I've survived WrestleMania. I've survived SummerSlam. And I'm still standing here as your DWC Women's World Champion. So now I'm looking around that locker room, and I'm wondering, who's next? Who's hungry enough to come after me? Who's brave enough to walk down that ramp, step through these ropes, look me directly in the eyes and tell me that she's taking this championship? Because I don't care if you're a former champion. I don't care if you're the hottest new superstar in this division. I don't care if you've been waiting years for your opportunity. If you want this, come and take it. I'm not hiding. I'm not running. And I'm sure as hell not giving this championship up without the fight of your life. So to every woman backstage watching me right now, consider this an open warning. The Carlita Cortez chapter is finished. Mommy is still on top. And whoever wants to be the beginning of my next chapter, come out here and prove you belong in my story.
Speaking of, we just said it. We don't think she's done. And here comes one of the baddest women in the game. We've been seeing this whole new persona from Carlita. Carlita had a change in attitude when she turned on Rhea Ripley on the road to WrestleMania. When Rhea Ripley and Carlita had a friendly competition going, but Carlita just let her feelings get in the way, and she turned on her mid-opportunity and took that chance and told her that she was going to take that title from her at WrestleMania, and Carlita has not stopped since. And she's out here again, but what does she vow this time from Rhea Ripley? As always, a battle for supremacy, as Carlita has been the top woman for years in this business, but now she has a lot of competition that is elevating her in this new era, and Rhea is one of them.
SummerSlam was supposed to be my night. I told everybody that WrestleMania was a mistake. I told everybody that if I got Rhea Ripley one more time, things would be different. But at SummerSlam, I stood across this ring from Rhea again. And I lost. I could come out here and make excuses. I could complain about what went wrong. I could blame the referee. I could blame the pressure. I could blame anybody I want. But I won't. Rhea, you beat me. You beat me at WrestleMania, and you beat me again at SummerSlam. So maybe everybody expects me to walk away. Maybe everybody expects Carlita Cortez to finally admit that Rhea Ripley is simply better than her. Hell no! Because Rhea, there's something you need to understand about me. You can beat me. You can embarrass me. You can knock me down over and over again. But until I know that I've got absolutely nothing left, I will keep getting back up. That's why I didn't come to Toronto tonight looking for sympathy. I came here looking for you because I'm asking you for one final match. No rematches after this. No excuses. No begging management for another opportunity. If I lose tonight, that's it. I will never challenge you for the Women's World Championship again as long as you're champion. But if I beat you, you've told the entire world that I don't belong on your level. You've beaten me twice. So what's stopping you from doing it? Come on, Rhea. No running. No waiting until next week. No waiting until the next PLE. Tonight, in Toronto, Rhea Ripley versus Carlita Cortez. One last time for the Women's World Championship.
Toronto, I think it's about time we talk about tonight's main event. Because for weeks, there's been one question hanging over the Women's World Championship. Carlita Cortez believes she deserves another opportunity. Rhea Ripley believes she already proved who the better woman is. At WrestleMania, Carlita Cortez stepped into the ring with Rhea Ripley and came up short, but Carlita refused to go away. She fought her way back into championship contention, and now she wants one more chance. Well, Carlita, you've got it. Because I am officially announcing that tonight from Toronto, Carlita Cortez will challenge Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. But there's something both women need to understand. This isn't just another championship match. Carlita, you said you wanted one final opportunity to prove that WrestleMania was not the end of your story with Rhea Ripley. Tonight, you get that opportunity. But if you lose, there will be no more championship matches against Rhea Ripley as long as Rhea is the Women's World Champion. No excuses, no controversy, no walking into my office Monday morning asking for another match. Carlita Cortez gets her last shot. Rhea Ripley gets the opportunity to end this rivalry once and for all, and the Women's World Championship hangs in the balance. So, Toronto, get ready. The match is now official for the night.
Well, it is official. Carlita will get her final opportunity against Rhea Ripley here tonight for that Women's World Championship. And if Carlita loses, she cannot go for that Women's World Championship no more as long as Rhea is still champion. But now that we're shifting gears, ladies and gentlemen, WrestleMania Vegas will be emanated from inside of the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. That will be coming to us live next year in 2027 as DWC broke the news this past weekend on night one of SummerSlam as our chairman and COO, Mr. Devontae Ashad, came out and gave up this glorified announcement that WrestleMania will be coming for the first time ever to Las Vegas, the city that always entertains. And WrestleMania is the latest place we will be heading for WrestleMania. I am so excited. Whoa! Well, shifting from the Women's World Champion to now the Intercontinental Championship, and that is the ruler, Obafemi. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome your Intercontinental Champion, the ruler, Obafemi. Obafemi has been so impressive since winning that Intercontinental Championship from Gunther at WrestleMania. Obafemi has been dominating ever since, and he said he is not planning to stop, winning his first major singles title since joining the main roster. But tonight, he is now vowing to see who is ready to step up to Obafemi as he knocked off Rusev one last time at SummerSlam. Rusev is no longer getting any more opportunities for that championship. But what is next for the ruler?
At WrestleMania, I stood across this ring from a man they told me was unlike anyone I had ever faced, Gunther. They told me about his championships. They told me about the people he conquered. They told me about the destruction he left behind. And they told me that when Gunther walks into WrestleMania, you don't beat him, you survive him. But I did not come to WrestleMania to survive Gunther. I came to conquer him, and that is exactly what I did. I defeated Gunther at WrestleMania. I took his championship, I took his throne, and now the Intercontinental Championship belongs to the ruler. But understand something, I did not win this championship so I could hide behind it. I did not win this championship so I could stand backstage and wait for Adam Pearce to handpick opponents for me. I want competition. I want the strongest. I want the fastest. I want the hungriest. I want every man backstage who has looked at this championship and thought, maybe I can take that from Obafemi. You want an opportunity? Then step into this ring and prove it. So now there is only one question left. Who's next?
Crowd is on their feet here for that. Oh! Well, someone is ready to step up. It's this young man, Javon Evans, the boy who likes to get bouncy. Javon Evans is coming out here to answer the Obafemi challenge. This will be a massive match between these two, going one-on-one for that Intercontinental Championship. Javon Evans, another young bright star who is looking to make his future bright here on Monday Night Raw. But now he is stepping up to someone that this is a mountain that he has to climb. Obafemi is not just a regular person you're stepping across from. But Javon Evans will take on anybody at any size, and Obafemi is that example.
It's my time. I'm coming for you, Oba, and that Intercontinental Championship.
Challenge accepted.
Well, you heard it right there. Obafemi made it clear that he accepts the challenge of Javon Evans. but he is standing his ground and letting him know that this is not going to be an easy walk for him. But I don't think Obafemi wants it to be easy because this man loves for competition. And he said bring anybody and bring them all. But you see Javon Evans staring down Obafemi, giving him that intense look because Javon is ready for championship gold. And that face right there says it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Page. Right now you are about to take on Penta in a number. One contenders match to see who's the next challenger against Obafemi. When the time is right, what's your take?
My take. Please, my take is that right now I'm about to go out here and show my home country of Canada why I am all ego and beat down Penta to take this win home tonight.
Well, thanks, Paige. Let's send it back to ringside.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure if you haven't, please take the time. If you have not, we know we have a lot of new people coming in to the premiere or to the stream. If you have not yet, please make sure to like. If you want to leave a comment, let us know your thoughts. How are you enjoying the show? And if you have not, please make sure to kick that subscribe button to keep getting everything you want to see here, right here from DWC. You want to keep getting all the action? You want to see more from us? Make sure to turn on the notification bell. Also, that way you can always keep up with the latest content every time it drops. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Hamilton, Canada, weighing in 226 pounds, all ego, Ethan Page. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a number one contenders match. The winner of this match will go one-on-one with Obafemi, or whoever wins between Obafemi and Javon Evans. They will be the future number one contender in this match, as Ethan Page, in his hometown, his home country of Canada, he about to go one-on-one with one of Mexico's biggest luchadors, and that is Penta. Penta quickly rising here on DWC Monday Night Raw, and now he is looking for championship gold. He got a major opportunity right here tonight. Can Penta get the massive win here tonight over Ethan Page? And his opponent from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in 222 pounds, Ethan Page definitely has some competition to stand up against him right now, because Penta is definitely that guy. And Penta tonight is not going to take any prisoners here tonight, because he wanted to walk out the number one contender and go on to face either Javon Evans or Obafemi for that Intercontinental title. The crowd definitely is behind Penta here tonight. Here we go. Number one contenders match. And the match is on right here. Penta, Ethan Page. And look at Ethan right there with a roll-up. Going straight for a roll-up there. Thought he had it. Tried to put him away with the quickness right there. But it just wasn't enough. Both men locked up, and look at Ethan Page just backing Penta up into that rope. Referee Charles Robinson had to get in between right there, and Ethan goes with that cheap shot. And Ethan drops him down right there on his back. Ethan Page getting quick work of the beginning of this match right now, just trolling his opponent. Trying to get him back up to his feet, and he did just that, and got him up here. Dropping down Penta right there. Those ropes can definitely do some damage to the throat when being landed like that. Ethan coming down with that splash right there to Penta, getting all the work. Penta got to get some momentum going to keep his strategizing going in this match if he want to be victorious. But right now, Ethan Page is definitely taking all the shots in this match right now. And look at Penta. Penta right there. Comes back on him with the quickness. And Penta right there with a massive hurricanrana. Going for that cover right there. Nah, he didn't get it all right there. But ladies and gentlemen, still to come tonight, the Women's World Championship will be the main event. Rhea Ripley defends her Women's World Championship against Carlita Cortez. That is later tonight. But this Intercontinental Championship match is on the rise because who can get this Intercontinental Championship #1 contenders opportunity right now in this match between these two gentlemen? Penta is now taking control. And look at Penta. And he takes flight right there. And comes down with a double kicks right to the chest. And now he's got Penta driving him right there into that corner. Ethan Page taking control back of this situation. But this time he gets all of it right there. Bringing Penta back up to his feet. Nope. But Penta reversed that. Uh-oh. And what does Penta have in mind? And Penta once again right there to the chest cavity of Page. And now driving him right there into the corner. Oh, right, you just see the massive punch right there. And look at Page. Page is stunned. Page is in the moment. But look at Penta. Penta walling the crowd right now. Oh, but look. Oh, and Ethan gets it right there. He gets the structure. He knew exactly what he was doing in that moment. And Page comes down right there with a shoulder tackle from the top of the ropes. Both men are on the outside, and Penta with a massive running hurricanrana taking down Page, landing him right there on that floor. That is not the softest place you want to land. And now Penta back up. He's back up on the apron. But now he's going up to the top. What does he have in mind? And a swanton bomb from the top of the ropes to the outside. What a brave heart from Penta. Penta definitely a daredevil right there coming down from that height. He's getting Page back to his feet, tossing him up, trying to get him back to the inside. Oh, but he gets it all right there this time. Gets him back inside, and Penta right there. Going for that cover. Oh my God, and Penta gets it. Penta picks up the massive victory. Penta is now the #1 contender to the Intercontinental Championship in the future. This was a massive swanton bomb from the top rope from the outside. I believe personally that is what made the damage right there, getting him leading to that victory. Hitting him with that arm right there, almost looked like he just dislocated the arm, but then he hit that frog splash from the center of the ropes right there to Ethan Page, laying him out flat right there, getting that massive victory. Here is your winner, Penta! Congratulations to Penta, as he now has an Intercontinental Championship match on the future of his rise.
May I help you with something? You know what, don't say anything. I don't even want to hear from you. I need to release some of this anger, so next week you and me Dragon Lee in that ring.
Rusev is still angry, and he just took it out on Dragon Lee, challenging Dragon Lee to a match next week in Cleveland, Ohio. But now it's time to shift gears to the new World Tag Team Champions, baby! The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall, making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 437 pounds. They are the new World Tag Team Champions! It's Xavier Woods in Kofi Kingston, the New Day! A New Day definitely overcame themselves and won the World Tag Team Championships at SummerSlam when they defeated the Vision. But we now learn that Bronson Reed has suffered an injury in that match, and he will be out for a significant amount of time within the time frame. But ladies and gentlemen, the New Day has won those World Tag Team Championships. But this match is going to continue when we come back live next here on Monday Night Raw. The World Tag Team Champions, the New Day versus Alpha Academy.
In case you've been living under a rock,
Professional wrestling is electrifying once again.
on fire right now. And next year, we're bringing the show of shows to Las Vegas. WrestleMania in the entertainment capital of the world. Only question is, are you ready?
And we're back here live on Monday Night Raw with the Alpha Academy, Akira Tozawa and Otis in this match. They are about to take on the new World Tag Team Champions. What does they have in mind right now? Because right now, they're about to go up against a very experienced tag team. But if they can get a victory over the new World Tag Team Champions, this could lead them to maybe, a little future Tag Team Championship match in the future. Right now, we got Kofi Kingston starting things off with Akira Tozawa right now. And look at Kofi. Kofi just tossing him right there into that ropes right there. But look. Xavier Woods. And Woods is going up top. Look at Woods right there with a massive drop kick. The New Day, they are moving fast. They are moving so fast in this match right now, but this is what got them to the dance. This has got them where they at right now as the tag team champions. Look at Kofi Kingston. Uh-oh. And look at Xavier. Look at Xavier right here. Akira right there just tossing Xavier Woods right there into that corner. And it's a dangerous spot to be in. Drops him down right there. Oh my gosh, Jesus Christ. But Xavier Woods just brings in Otis. And now look at Xavier Woods. What does he have in mind right now? And he comes down with a springboard right there from the middle ropes. Waiting for that cover there. Both men on the outside. They got to get back inside here. Oh, working on him right there. And he's bringing Otis back up to his feet. And Otis just tossing him right there into that video wall. Breaking down the damage. The big man ain't playing no games here. Look at him here. Oh. And now just tossing him right there. But Xavier Woods gets back in. So does Otis. They're both back inside now. Look at him here. Oh my gosh, Jesus Christ. Look at Otis putting all his weight right there behind. All his weight right there behind Xavier Woods. Oh, both men look like they were going for the same thing in that moment right there. And look at Otis. Look at him right here. And here comes Kofi. Here comes Kofi in. Oh, Kofi right there with a kick right to the face. Going for that cover. 2. Oh my gosh. The New Day just picked up a massive victory right there. Oh my gosh. They just knocked down Otis and Akira Tozawa. That was a pretty quick upset between these two. The New Day standing tall, still the world tag team champions, which we all know. But wow, what in the world? The New Day standing tall in this match. I know I know they're on a high right now because they just won those tag team championships this past weekend at SummerSlam, and then now getting this victory here tonight. But it was completely unexpected out of nowhere. This is what it's all about. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh my gosh! What the hell? That is Jimmy Uso. Whoa, look, and LJ. The Usos. And now he's going up top. And he comes down with the splash right there. The Usos are officially back together. And they looking like they are coming for World Tag Team Championship gold. They just made a statement here tonight, here on Raw.
Once I'm done with Javon Evans, I guess I will be seeing you very soon.
Yes, you will. And that's if you defeat Javon next week. I can't wait for our meeting. I look forward to this fight.
Monday Night Raw is continuing here as we are looking over the beautiful sights of Toronto as Monday Night Raw is emanated from inside of Scotiabank Arena. And tonight we have that massive main event for the Women's World Championship on the line later tonight. But speaking of World Championships, it is now time to hear from our World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins, the man with the plan. Seth Rollins is still our World Heavyweight Champion after SummerSlam. Seth Rollins has been on a roll as World Champion since winning that championship at WrestleMania, defeating Drew McIntyre. Seth Rollins is one of the best, not only one of the next generational superstars that we have here on Monday Night Raw and DWC as a whole. Seth Rollins winning his very first world championship back in 2016 against John Cena at Extreme Rules. But tonight, he has the next message for the next challenger. Who will be the next man to face the visionary? Who's next to face the architect? Because he is a revolutionary. He is Seth freaking Rollins, baby. And listen to that crowd just sing along.
That feels good. To Monday Night Raw!
Take a good look, because after everything Finn Balor threw at me, after every kick, every coup de grace, every ounce of anger that man had inside of him, I am still your world heavyweight champion. Finn Balor took me to a place that very few men in this business can take me. And Finn, if you're back there listening, I want you to hear me when I say this. You gave me one hell of a fight. I know the history between Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. I know what that World Heavyweight Championship meant to him. I know how badly he wanted to stand in this ring and prove that after all these years, he could finally beat me when it mattered most. And I was honored to give Finn Balor that opportunity. I was honored to stand across the ring from one of the greatest wrestlers of this generation. But when the bell rang, when the lights were the brightest, and when this championship was on the line, and now, Finn, our chapter is finished. Because being champion means you don't get to spend too much time celebrating yesterday. There is always somebody waiting. There is always somebody watching. There is always somebody in that locker room telling themselves, I can beat Seth Rollins. So that brings me to the reason I'm standing in this ring tonight. I want to know, Finn Balor wasn't good enough to take it from me. Who back there thinks they're ready? Who wants to step out from behind that curtain, walk down this aisle, look me in the eyes, and tell me they can take the World Heavyweight Championship away from Seth freaking Rollins? Maybe it's somebody I've fought before. Maybe it's somebody I've never faced. Maybe it's a former world champion. Maybe it's somebody looking for the biggest opportunity of their entire career. I don't care. Because Finn Balor found out exactly what happens when you come after this championship. You don't just get a match with Seth Rollins, you get a war with Seth Rollins. So whoever is back there thinking about interrupting me, whoever has been staring at this championship, whoever thinks they're the man who can finally knock Seth Rollins off the top of the mountain, come on out. I'm standing right here. Because I'm done talking about Finn Balor. I'm done talking about SummerSlam. I'm looking toward the future. And I want to meet. And as long as I'm breathing, as long as I can stand, as long as I can fight, this World Heavyweight Championship isn't going anywhere.
No way! Oh, no freaking way! No way! It is Rey Mysterio, a DWC legend. We have not seen Rey Mysterio in almost a year, and he is back here on Monday Night Raw. Is he here to take up the challenge to Seth Rollins? Oh my gosh, this is a match in the making we would love to see. We all know that Rey Mysterio, out of all the years that DWC has been around, Rey Mysterio has never been World Heavyweight Champion. But he looked like he wants to add that to his resume. You hear the crowd. Ovation here tonight for Rey Mysterio.
Seth, you want to know who's next? You're looking at him. I've spent my entire career being told I'm too small, too old, that my time has passed. And every single time somebody counted Rey Mysterio out, I proved them wrong. And Seth, there is nothing that would mean more to me than walking into Mexico, standing in front of mi gente, mi familia. So I'm not asking Adam Pearce. I'm not going backstage looking for permission. I'm standing right here, looking you straight in the eyes. I want next Seth.
You know what, Ray? This is such an honor for me to be able to defend my championship against one of the greatest legends the company has ever seen. So, with that being said, yes, I accept your challenge. Rey Mysterio, and walking into your home turf as World Heavyweight Champion. I know it's going to be hostile territory, but that's okay. I have been through many places walking in with my head held high. So next month on Raw Mexico, Rey Mysterio, you got your match. I just hope you know what you're in for, and I just hope you can keep up, old man.
Old man. Okay, I will show you what this old man can do when I hit you with the 619 and take home that World Heavyweight Championship for the first time ever.
See you in Mexico.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess it's official. Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio will go one-on-one for the World Heavyweight Championship next month in Raw in Mexico. Rey Mysterio will get his first World Championship match in Mexico against the visionary Seth freaking Rollins. This is going to be a match, a dream match that we would love to see between these two. And the match is in the works. Wow. But now as we shift in gears, because ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Rey Mysterio will be going to Survivor Series, because Survivor Series will be in the hometown of Rey Mysterio in San Diego. Survivor Series War Games will be coming to us Sunday, November the 29th, premiering on our official YouTube channel. As SummerSlam is out of the way, and now it's time for Survivor Series, one of the big four of the year. Well, the action doesn't stop there, because it is now time for the women's Fatal 4-Way #1 Contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship. Point is a #1 Contenders match to the women's Intercontinental Championship. Introducing first, from Dublin, Ireland, the man, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch has been chasing that championship for the minute now. Not only the Women's Intercontinental Championship, but the Women's World Championship. Becky Lynch trying to figure out where does she fall in line with this opportunity right now, because she wants to take that opportunity right now here. But not to mention, she is a former Women's World Champion in her own right. But tonight, she has an opportunity to go for a championship that she has never challenged for in her life. But tonight, this could be an opportunity for her right now to go for that Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch, one of the top women here on Monday Night Raw, looking to see what's next for her. But look, here comes Io Sky. This is another woman that competed with her in that Fatal 4-Way match at WrestleMania to win that women's inaugural Intercontinental Championship, currently held by Stephanie Vaquer. Next, from Tokyo, Japan, Io Sky. Io Sky is so amazing in and out of the ring. Io Sky is looking for destiny, but she was so close. She was a needle away of winning that Women's Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam against Stephanie, but it just wasn't enough for Io to capture that championship. But she has yet another opportunity right now from Honolulu, Hawaii, Ruka is submitting herself here on Monday Night Raw, getting her feet wet here in the biggest competition because right now she has an opportunity to go for that Women's Intercontinental Championship. This is the major opportunity for Ruka in this match right now. Becky Lynch, Io Sky, Bayley, none other than Ruka. Here we go. Fatal 4-way match is underway right now. This match is underway. Referee Sean Bennett is in control of this match right now as we got Ruka and Io Sky over there as they're taking that control over each other, and you got Bayley and Becky Lynch over there. But look at Io right there taking it. But I guess I spoke too soon as Ruka comes right on her right there. Takes control of the situation early on in this match right now. But look at Bayley dropping down from the security wall right there on to Becky Lynch. And look at Io Sky right there showing that athleticism. Becky Lynch look at Io right there. Io with that signature pose. Io and Soul right there. Look at him right here. Uh-oh, look at Soul. Soul bringing Io up to his feet here. Bringing up to her feet. Bayley and Becky Lynch on the outside. It's Bayley with that kendo stick. And now look at Io. Look at Io. Bayley's back inside. Becky Lynch just sitting out there dazed on the outside. And then Ruka just tosses Sky right there. But Bayley taking it right there to Ruka. Becky Lynch back to her feet as Becky Lynch looking to get back inside. Io rolls out, trying to regain her composure here. Bayley with that kendo stick. Taking all of it right there from Becky Lynch. Ruka is on the outside, and Io right there reverses that from Becky Lynch. Io Sky, I know she desperately wants to win this match so she can go back for that Women's Intercontinental Championship once more against Stephanie Vaquera. She got that opportunity at SummerSlam but came up short in that match, leaving Stephanie walking out still the champion. But now all four of these women have the major opportunity to get that championship match against Stephanie down the line. Look at Lynch right there with the baseball slide right there to her. And look at Ruka right there. So Ruka comes down. And look at Becky. Look at Becky trying to steal the win, trying to steal the pinfall right there. And Becky right there with the manhandle. Ruka's up top. Ruka's up top and she comes down. Try to go for a jackhammer, but it was nobody home in that scenario. Backing Ruka up in the corner, but it backfired on Lynch. And look at Billy dragging Io right there over to the corner here. Lynch right there. Becky Lynch just clothesline Ruka to the outside. Becky Lynch is in control right now, but I spoke too soon. Bayley came back on her. Oh, but no. Becky Lynch comes back. And look at Lynch. Got that arm bar in. And look at her here. And Becky Lynch slams down Io Sky. Drops her down right there. Look at Ruka. Ruka back inside. Becky Lynch is just taking destruction with that kendo stick. Oh my gosh. Right to the head of Soul. Soul just took that massive blunt to the head with that kendo stick from Becky Lynch. And Io Sky comes down with the Meteor. The Meteor double knees, and all these women are down. as Io Sky is in control, but she's setting up Ruka. Ruka moves out of the way right there. Tossing Ruka across the ringside area. Sky comes down with a Hurricanrana and Lynch right there. All these women, and you see the face buster right there. Becky Lynch runs right into that face buster from Ruka. And look at Soul right there, feeling herself in this moment. And Io with a massive kick right between the eyes. Ruka and Becky Lynch is back inside. And Ruka right there with that massive slam right there from the shoulder. Uh-oh. Oh, and Ruka! She just hit the Soul Snatcher. The Soul Snatcher right there to Lynch. Going for that cover. No, that was a near fall right there. Soul thought she had it. Io right there. Io just tossed the chair right to the back of the head. And Io comes down, tried to hit the moonsault right there to Becky Lynch. But Becky left nothing but double knees to the abdomen. And another chair shot, but they missed that right there. But Becky Lynch with that arm bar in as Ruka saves the day with that right there. And Bayley hits it right there. Could Bayley do it here? Can she do it? 1, 2. No, she was a near fall. Bayley had the opportunity right there to cash in her moment. Bayley with a chair shot to the head of Lynch. Lynch rolls outside. And Ruka with a sit-out buster. Ruka's back inside, and Io joins her in the fray. Ruka making damage with that kendo stick. Bayley gets back inside just in time. And look at her right there. She's going for that cover. Going for the cover. No, Becky Lynch. Quickly with that. And look at Bayley. Bayley staring down Lynch. We know the history between these two, and Becky Lynch with that manhandle slam. Going for that cover. No, that was a near fall. And look at her here. And Becky Lynch is going for that cover. She's going for the cover. No, Becky Lynch stays alive in this thing. She stays in it. And now look at her, Becky Lynch bleeding from the top of her head, getting Io Sky back up to her feet. Could this be the opportunity that Becky Lynch needs to win this match? But Io Sky countered it right there. And so did Lynch. And Lynch goes down with the manhandle slam. She's going for that cover right there, but no, Bayley gets in just in time to break up that pin. You see Ruka is still laid out right there. Look at Soul bleeding as well, profusely from her face as well. And so many chair shots and kendo shots from one another. And Io and Becky trying to make work of Soul right here in this moment. Like a little bit of double team going on. And Io right there, right to the back of the kidneys of Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch just tosses Io to the outside. Right there on the apron, but Bayley gets back in with another kendo shot. And now Bayley's going for the cover. Bayley's going for it. 1, 2, 3. Bayley just picked up the massive victory. Bayley is now the #1 contender to the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Congratulations to Bayley on her massive victory in this match. And we got to congratulate all the women in this match for their participation between Becky Lynch, Io Sky, and Sol Ruga for all their participation. Io Sky would have loved to win this match to get another opportunity for that Women's Intercontinental Championship. But there will be more opportunities down the line, but this one was not hers at this right moment as Bayley picks up the victory here in this match on Io.
Here is your winner and the #1 contender, Bayley.
Once again, congratulations to Bayley on winning this #1 contenders match. She has a future opportunity against Stephanie Vecchio for that Women's Intercontinental Championship. But we are switching gears because still to come tonight, Carlita Cortez will get her Women's Championship rematch against the Ripper, Rhea Ripley. You hear that ovation right there as Rhea Ripley will defend that Women's World Championship one last time against Carlita Cortez. If Carlita loses, she will not get another opportunity against her for that championship. But moving over to next week from Cleveland, Ohio, from inside of the Rocket Arena, Rusev challenged Dragon Lee to a one-on-one match as Rusev is still profusely angered because he did not win that Intercontinental Championship for the second time as he got an opportunity against Obafemi at SummerSlam as he choked that match. But now he's taking it out on Dragon Lee. We now know that Stephanie Vecchio has a #1 contender, which is Bayley. Stephanie Vecchio will be here next week in Cleveland, Ohio to address her new #1 contender, Bayley, as they will be getting ready to settle the score for their Women's Intercontinental Championship match down the line. And not only to mention Rey Mysterio. We saw Rey Mysterio make a massive return earlier tonight for the first time in over a year. Rey Mysterio is back, and he has challenged Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship next month in Raw in Mexico. They will compete for that championship. Rey Mysterio will be here next week from Cleveland, Ohio to address Seth Rollins and his World Heavyweight Championship opportunity that he is finally getting in his career. Congratulations to Rey Mysterio. But the show is not done yet, ladies and gentlemen, because tonight we are here in the Scotiabank Arena. Toronto has been good to us, but we are not done because right now it is time for the Women's World Championship, our main event. Carlita, Rhea Ripley is about to happen right now. And here we go. It is now time for the main event as Carlita walks out one more time for this opportunity for the Women's World Championship. Can she get it done here tonight? I know she had to leave all the personals aside, and not only that, she cannot bring Raquel ringside. So Carlita has to go alone in this match here tonight against Rhea Ripley. We saw Raquel definitely been interfering in matches after matches with Carlita. I seem like somewhat of aligning herself with Carlita, helping her trying to win these matches, but they're just not successful in a way. We saw her try to do it at SummerSlam as well, and then we've been seeing her aligning herself leading up to SummerSlam. So what is it that Carlita is putting in the mind of Raquel? But tonight, we just hope that Carlita can come in and do it alone here tonight and get this opportunity and finally win this Women's World Championship, a title that she's never held before. But not to mention, this is a 14-time Divas champion. Carlita, one of the most decorated Divas champions in history in the 2010s. But we are in a new era, and we got new championships. We got world championships, and Carlita is looking to bring all the gold and continuing her reign as Women's World Champion. And Mommy is here. This could be the final opportunity of Carlita, and this also could be the final time that Rhea Ripley holds that Women's World Championship up. Rhea Ripley has been world champion for over 1 year, and she has not stopped since she won that championship from Charlotte Flair last year from Cleveland, Ohio. Rhea Ripley is a destructive force of nature, and tonight, Carlita is about to see it once again, because I know Rhea is pumped up. You saw Rhea back there hitting those push-ups as Rhea Ripley is ready to lay the groundwork for the final chapter with these two here tonight. She made it very clear that she wants no more of Carlita after this if she wins this opportunity here tonight. Rhea Ripley holding one of the most prized possessions in the women's division, the top female prize. Can Carlita overcome and win the gold here tonight? Well, let's not waste any more time, because this is what it's about, this World Championship. Let's take it up to our official ring announcement.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Women's World Championship! Introducing first, the challenger from Chicago, Illinois, Carlita! And her opponent from Adelaide, South Australia, she is the Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley.
Well, here we go. This is it. This is the moment. That Women's World Championship held above. Our officiate for this match, Victoria Del Rico, will be the officiate of this Women's World Championship match right now. Here we go. This match is officially underway, and look at Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley right there with a massive clothesline taking down Carlita. And look at Rhea. Rhea is just shining right there to her. Both these women locked up, and look at Carlita just backing Rhea up into that corner. The referee has to get in between these two. And she's got her up. Got her up, and Rhea comes down with a reversal, taking out the knee. Look at her here. Got Carlita up. Oh, and Carlita comes down. Oh, and a jawbreaker right there. Oh my gosh. And she scoop slamming her right there. And now look at Rhea. Rhea setting her up here. Rhea, what does Rhea have in mind? And Rhea right there with the jackhammer from the top of the ropes. Rhea Ripley is not playing any games with Carlita tonight, because she is making sure she is walking out of Toronto as the Women's World Champion. Look at Rhea. Look at Rhea right there, just taking it right there to her. And Rhea with the big boot right to the face of Carlita. Carlita getting a face full of boot right there. But Carlita, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Carlita with that massive reversal right there with a neck breaker from the second rope. And look at her here. And now she's going up top. Carlita's up top. And she comes down with a Meteora. The Meteora double knees right there to Ripley. And she spears her. The spear right there from Carlita going in for that cover. 1, 2. Rhea Ripley stays alive in this thing. Carlita tried to as best as she could right there, and Carlita runs right into her with that running elbow. But Rhea reversed that right there. Oh, and Rhea with that massive kick. Carlita has took a face full of boot twice within this match so far. Oh. Hey, look at Carlita. Carlita right there with the Puerto Rican pride. Going in for that cover. 1, 2. No, she stays in it right there. Victoria counts a 2.5 count. Carlita trying to go for that modified kick. And now look at her trying to couture the legs over right there. Trying to, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my gosh. What the hell? This is what I'm talking about. Carlita not being able to do it on her own. She hit another Puerto Rican pride right there, bummed by the distraction of Raquel Rodriguez, just taking down Rhea Ripley, hanging her, yanking her over the ropes right there. This has to stop between Rhea Ripley. This interference from Raquel has to stop. She keeps attacking from outside of the ring, getting involved. The sit-out buster right there for Rhea Ripley. Whoa! Look who's here! Io Sky! Io Sky is here for the save, and she comes down to the aid of Rhea Ripley. Carlita comes with the moonsault right there. Io Sky, we saw her earlier in that fatal four-way #1 contenders match, but she is now here coming to the aid of Rhea Ripley. Uh-oh. Oh, and look at Carlita going for that cover. 1. Oh, and look at Rhea. 1, 2. No, that was a near fall right there. And now look at Rhea. Carlita reversed that right there. Tried to go for some right there, but she did not connect it. Oh, and slapping Carlita right across the face. And they're just taking up punches back and forth to one another here. Io Sky coming out, helping the defense to Rhea Ripley, trying to even the odds. Raquel constantly keeps getting involved in Carlita's matches. That's how Carlita almost took home the World Championship at SummerSlam from the interference from Raquel. But look at them both right there taking those jabs back and forth. Look at her here. Drops her down with that spinning heel kick. That tilt to Whirlyberg. Look at her dropping her down. And now Del Rico's going for that cover. 1. No, that was a near fall right there. That was a 1.5. Rhea Ripley is bringing Carlita back up to her feet here. But Carlita reversing that right there. Once again, taking control. Dragging Carlita right there. I'm sorry, Carlita dragging Rhea. But Rhea reversed that once again. And she's got her up. Carlita reversed that right there, turning into a modified bulldog. Uh-oh. And Carlita, and the double knees right to the back. But now Carlita is setting up Rhea. She's got Rhea. She's going for it once again. The Puerto Rican pride right there. Third time in this match. 1, 2. Oh my God, Carlita almost had it right there. Rhea still in it. Rhea rolls outside the ring right there, trying to regain her composure. Carlita goes back out to retrieve her. Oh my gosh. And Carlito right there with a backbreaker. That move once upon a time was made famous by the DWC legend Nikki Bella at one point in time, called the Rack Attack. But look at Rhea. Rhea's got her up. Oh, but Carlito reversing it again. And Carlito right there with the beauty makeover. And Carlito right there with that fur boot right to the side of the temple of Rhea. Rhea is getting all the damage done to her right here. But Rhea's coming back. Oh, no. Carlito came. Oh. Carlito is just laying waste to the Women's World Champion right here. Look at her right there, just taking it to her. Going back inside. And now look at Carlito. And she's up top. Coming down with another Meteora. All the way from the top. Carlito fighting her off once again. Tossing Rhea back inside. Oh, come on. Now what is this? Now look at Roxanne. Roxanne is out here now. What business does she have out here now? Oh, what? No way. Naomi is back. We have not seen Naomi in almost a year. She has coming to even the odds against Raquel. And then now the interference of Roxanne Perez in this match. Naomi is just taking it to Roxanne right here. The crowd is on their feet for the return of Naomi after Naomi has given birth to her first child. And now she is dragging Roxanne away from the match. Continuing this match, and Rhea with a massive headbutt right there to Carlito. And she's going for the riptide. Going for that riptide right there. Carlito is down, but Rhea is lifting her back up once again. And she's going for another one. Riptide number 2. Carlito is laid out. And Carlito. Oh, and Carlito is in the wrong position. Rhea gets it one more time. Rhea Ripley with 3 riptides in a row. This could be it for Carlito. 2, 3. Rhea Ripley, still the champion. Here is your winner. Is still the Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley. What a hell of a match that was. Rhea Ripley dominated this match, also Carlito as well. Carlito constantly had interferences by Raquel, but then now we see the insertion of Roxanne Perez intertwining herself, emerging the return of Naomi back to DWC to even the odds against those 3. Wow, what a match that was. That was a main event of the century. Raquel did it once again, tried to interfere, but it just wasn't enough to get Carlito the title. Thank you for joining us here on Monday Night Raw. Rhea Ripley still the champion. We will see y'all next week live from Cleveland, Ohio.